Hi guys, Michael from the Board Games Chronicle again. Today, another exciting first look at material. Today we look at Napoleon. And this game is Triomphe, Marengo. I tried in French, but probably will be using the English name Triomphe et Marengo more broadly. This is a game by, first of all, Histo game, important to note, and Bowen Simmons. And this is a completely new edition of the traditional, because I think from 2003, Napoleon at Marengo. So kind of a new version. And believe me, in this new version, we don't have only the new, let's say, graphical representation of the game, but also some changes to the rules. This is a game about one of the important battles of early years of Napoleon, gaining fame and gaining actually the military victories. This was in a year 1800. 1800. It was, I believe, in June at Marengo, so northern Italy. What happened there? Austrian surprised French, beat them pretty badly in the morning of the battle. When the main general on the Austrian side said, "Okay, we are done. My deputy, please pursue them. I'm taking now day off." But in the afternoon, the French brought the reserves, which attacked the Austrians and actually managed to crush them. In the Napoleonic methodology, this was shown as a great triumph, but let's be honest, French were at the verge of catastrophe and disaster, if not for the reinforcements, which actually came quicker than expected, because one of the Napoleonic generals took out of his own initiative, actually started to come to the battlefield earlier before he got the order from the Napoleon. Only thanks to this, they managed to prevail, which also shows how flexible this, let's say, military doctrine which Napoleon brought was. This is kind of a unique game. You can say, okay, one battle game. What is the replayability? I will tell you a lot, big. And this is what I would like to show today. Today it will be pretty quick material about components, a couple of words about the game rules, but I will also show you then how to play material. So let us have a look at the content. First of all, we have rulebook, and the rulebook is in English, and I believe this is in German, exactly. Now, this is of course the game for 2 players. This is the historical introduction, and then we would have to read, I believe, like 12 pages, and 1 page is designer notes, 1 page is gameplay example. So the actual rules are to the page 10, 9 pages of rules. However, the font is not big, so it's pretty dense. Yes, densely packed in 9 pages of rules. And the rulebook is glossy, which looks nice, but you know, guys, that I prefer not glossy rulebooks yet, definitely. It tells you all the details about playing pieces. We'll see them: the infantry, cavalry, and artillery. The blue are French, the red are the Austrians. About locales, about setup of the game, and then the actions like off-road marches, road marches. There will be maneuver attacks, there will be bombardment, there will be assaults. Also, assaults are pretty interestingly shown. Then cavalry continuation, retreats, French disorganization. At the beginning of the game, they were disorganized, of the battle actually, and of course of the game, which impacted actually their possibility to react. How the reinforcements will be entering, then approach cleanup and shuffling pieces. Also about morale mechanic, something new and interesting, and how to win. Terrain, piece types, and differences from the previous game. So in essence, there are not too many rules, but guys, this game is one of the games which is not difficult to be learned, to be taught to you, but very difficult to master and actually excel in it. And you shall see it. As I told you, it doesn't use the die. It has a variable setup at the beginning, which makes each and every game slightly different. So this is the rule book. Let me put it aside. The map. For the map, I would like to look in a moment because I would like to do a mini setup before we will finish this. And here we have a component. You see, there is not too many components in this game. It's like map, rule book, and then the armies. So let's have a look at the armies. Let me have a look at the Austrians first. So what I have here is infantry. 2 strength, 1 strength, 2 strength. That's what I draw, actually. I believe we have some cavalry here. And of course, if you put it like that from your opponent, they do not see what is there. This is the morale. Yes, this is morale, which will be important for the game. Now let's look at the French pieces. Okay, some cavalry. Beautifully made. I know that there were some problems with quality of those components, but everything was, corrected, and then now we are simply beautiful. So what do we have here? Here we have a 3-step infantry, 2-step cavalry, artillery. I believe always have 1-step, 1-step cavalry. And these are the pieces which you put on the map and use for the game. It also creates fog of war. Beautifully created. I believe we would need some holders to better sort it. Yeah, most probably cube for me. So let me put those aside, and what I will do now, I will show you the map. What we have. First of all, here we have the legend and all the areas described, as well as symbols. Let me tell you a little about them. This is not a usual map, you will see. It's not a point-to-point map. It's not a fully open map. It's not a hex map. You have locales, and let us take this example locale here. What do we learn about it? Here are the boundaries of the locale. Here is the capacity of locale, so maximum number of pieces, units, which can be there. It's 16 here, and of course, if one army occupies a locale, has pieces there, that means that they occupy the locale. Now we have approaches. If we have such dash symbols, that means this is a wide approach. If we don't have a dash symbol, that means this is a narrow approach. In order to block the wide approach, you need at least 2 units. In order to block that approach, you need 1 unit. It also shows you that when attacking through those approaches, particular units will incur some penalties. Here we have a river, so we can see that both sides, and from this and from this, if it's infantry, so the X, or cavalry, so this backslash, if they are attacking, they will incur penalty. Here only the infantry has this penalty. You can also see if the small villages like Spinetta, capacity 3, it shows, for example, here with this backslash that cavalry will have a negative modifier, attacking against this, and also the artillery, I believe so. Here are the roads. You can move through the roads without using the commands. You have 3 commands per turn, and there are like 16 turns. You can see here in the 6 hour of a day. 6 hours of a day. We have Alessandria, so actually Austrian forces entering from here. The initial setup of the French forces is visible like here. You have here are the French at debut, so the initial forces. You need to take them, shuffle them, and randomly place them all over here. So this is the random setup here, which is very important for this game. When those Austrian forces will start entering here, like 4 units in the first turn, and start pressing forward. Then we would have reserves. The French reserves will be arriving here, here, and here, and they actually, here are the last one, they will actually change the course of the battle. So what makes this game, for example, replayable? First of all, how the French units will be set up at the beginning. Second of all, whether you will have a conscious approach, being very cautious, or would you like to be much more brave? Remember, French will be disorganized in the first turn of the game. So how would it look like? Let me show it to you. So for example, we have a French unit, like 2 units here, only visible to the French player, 1 unit here, 1 unit here. I'm just, doing this randomly, of course, you can put them like that. And the Austrians will start entering from that dimension. Let me put some more French. So we have it more or less historically true. I see one of the things which is important also in this game, that the units can be inside of a local in reserve, or can be actually put here next to one of the approaches and block it. So depending where they stand, that's really making a difference. And then, for example, the Austrians will be entering here and moving. They can move up to here with cavalry. They can move 2 units here, leave 1 unit here. So that way we'll be playing by moving the units. Then we'll be doing the actions, resolving the battles, resolving the maneuver, and also the bombardment. But I will leave it, as I said, for how to play video. It will take a moment to explain all the rules. And I believe that how to play video, the best way to do it is also to show the actual gameplay, explaining then also the morale concept when each reinforcement is coming, and how the game dynamics looks like. One thing which I can say, and honestly guys, that makes a really great impression on me, is the graphical side of the game. The map, very aesthetic, the pieces really nice, really vivid, and really crispy, differentiating the forces. I really honestly like how this game was created. That's something beautiful. I believe we will stop here, guys, with explaining of the games, because I could continue like this much longer, and probably it's good to pause before we move to the next materials. That's all for today. That Triomphe at Marengo, a really innovative game. You can say innovative. 20 years ago we had a first edition, but still this game is pretty innovative. There were already other games using similar system, similar resolutions, like this one, of course, of a similar author. I really like it. I already read the rules. I'm eager to bring it to the table as soon as possible, and of course share with you guys how it plays. That's all for today. Please give a thumbs up. Don't hesitate to subscribe, and if you have any questions, comments, or opinions, of course, I would be more than happy to answer them. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching.